Hello there. It's let me set that. Okay. Yeah, so how's it going? Things were a bit last minute and chaotic even though I'd been getting ready for 2 hours. Um because I had set up my all sky camera outside and it had clouded over and I wasn't going to do any live observing. And lo and behold, I went to bring the all sky camera in about 20 minutes ago, and I noticed it had completely cleared, or mostly cleared. Cleared enough. Anyway, so I put a telescope out, scrambled, but mostly it's still going to be photo processing tonight. But hello, Callus and Editor. Um, what's the song name? On the intro, I'm not actually 100%. It was something I got from, I think, Epidemic Sound. It was kind of, I forget. I'll have to look that up. Hello, Chris. How's it going? Thanks for joining. Good evening. Hello, Jeff. How's it going? Oh, hey, Cosmic Ray. Yeah, we'll see how long it lasts here. But the clouds were supposed to come in, and they did. Like it was completely clear afternoon, and I was like, oh man, if this holds, this will be great. And then before sunset, completely clouded over. But that, yeah, it cleared for a little bit, so we'll see. But hello, Mark a lot. Now, the one thing I did do, I only put one telescope out there because since I kind of was scrambling, I didn't want to set up the equatorial one, so I only set up the alt-azimuth one. Oh, hello, Wiley Sight. Good evening. Oh man, I mean, I could see that. It's like in that area out in the desert southwest, can be very dusty. Oh, hello. Yeah, that's unfortunate. To be fair, the firmware before they came out with a patch like today, I think, or yesterday. But for several days, the official version didn't even work that great. It was having issues for a lot of people, even just using the app. Horizontal calibration was kind of broken. Hello, Chris. Good evening. How's it going? Anywho, because I was kind of last minute scrambling here. Let's get some stuff set up here. I've got my all sky camera. Oh man, I knocked it out of focus again. I'm not going to fix it. I'm definitely not going to fix it. I need to really kind of fix the focus. And plus the camera, it had I think the ribbon cable had come a little bit loose. It was doing kind of psychedelic colors for a bit this evening. But when I set it up when it was cloudy. Okay, good. Alp is running, so let us switch cameras. Switch views. Let us see, where is the view that I want to switch to? Okay, here we go. There we go. Yeah, see the whole sky camera, it's going to bug me. It's out of focus, but at least it's mostly clear. There's some cirrus, but we'll be able to do some stuff between that. But I, like earlier when I first brought it up, there was oh no, this was recently. Was that earlier? I set it up and it started like the clouds started rolling in. Actually, it was after sunset the clouds really started rolling in, and it started like doing this weird glitching. Look at the blue artifacts there. And then like the camera was just like it just messed up massively. Like that was what was happening to the camera. And so I ended up shutting it down and reseating it, and that's when I noticed it was clear. So here we are. Okay, hello. Jupiter. Oh, right. Jupiter opposition. Is it opposition? I think. Yeah. The mannequin. This is my assistant. So they're usually out of frame, but they're always there. Yeah, Jupiter opposition. Yeah. Seestar 3, Seestar Alp up, telescope not online, sorted star, telescope offline but online. I mean the Seestar's name should be like seestar.local. I mean, usually like if unfortunately it's like if you use the command line, but or some other utility and ping seestar.local, that should give you the IP address on your network. Yeah, shows only iPad available to control Seestar. Wait, so the iPad is connected to the Seestar. Guest only shows only iPad available for control. So I guess so. It sounds like Alp isn't connecting to the Seestar. I was originally gonna, assuming it was going to be cloudy, I was going to try to upgrade my Seestar. I might still do that. I just need to figure out the best way to do it. But one thing I was potentially going to do is, so I was going to do some photo processing, and part of that is I had grabbed a bunch of photos off the from the last few days because I never, we watch them live, but I don't often follow up and process them and show them on stream. So I figured that would be a good thing to do on a cloudy day. Okay, cool. Hopefully, hope it works out. But let me see. So let me actually bring up Stellarium. And one of the things I did, you can't tell from this view, I set up the Seestar, unparked it, but I went ahead and put the dew shield on it. So that should help with some of the light. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, hello, Tariq. How's it going? Thanks for joining. It's been a while. Seestar not a name device. I mean, it's possible that it's not advertising itself. And is your iPad connected? It's not connected directly to the Seestar, is it? It's connected to the network. I mean, to your, like it's in station. The telescope's in station mode, and your iPad's is connected to the Wi-Fi network, not to the telescope directly. Cosmic Ray. Okay, cool. Yeah, unfortunately, I think Jupiter is still behind a building. I saw it when I walked out in the back when I was setting everything up, but I think it's still kind of behind a building. Good. Glad you're doing well. So what I was going to do is just, I mean, since we have this kind of high cirrus, I'm gonna go ahead and try to image something just since it's there. And if it clouds up, that's fine. I'll go ahead and update the firmware then. Okay, so it's on the network. Seestars in station mode, station mode. That doesn't make sense though. Like if you can't see it, if you're scanning it, generally, well, it could either be named Seestar or the name of the like I think mine. Does it sometimes show up as like S50 underscore and then something? I forget. Let me see if I can look at my, no, I can't get to the, no, I don't think I can get to the router. Let me see if I can. Let me see. I have a simple. Okay, here. Well, actually, mine just says the name is Seestar. Capital S, capital. I mean, two capital S's. So that's the host name. It's advertising. It's like seestar.local. It's on the local. It doesn't have a domain. All right. Well, oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Ampac attack Linux 416. I mean, if it's just saying it's not able to connect, it's not able to connect. It doesn't necessarily go any deeper than that. I know at one point we were running into some issues, and Wiley site looked at there's Python network code where it could try to resolve the because we have noticed where it seems like sometimes one of the I forget what it would be technically, but it stops advertising the host name. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things run Linux. It's probably a pretty stripped down um, version of it. But yeah, because like when people root it, they're able to get like a shell on it, an SSH into it to get a shell. You know what? Because the conditions are a bit okay. Because the conditions are a bit iffy right now. I'm gonna just point it at. I'm gonna have it go to the Pleiades just to see. Oh, although look, it says Jupiter might actually be up, but I don't necessarily fully trust that. So we'll try the Pleiades just to see how it looks. You know, with this high haze, if it looks or should I do a star that doesn't have nebulosity? Maybe I'll do this one. Just to yeah, I'll do that one just to see how the conditions are. I'm just going to do a go to. Like if it looks all fuzzy, then I'm not necessarily going to even bother imaging. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean a lot of embedded devices don't. They might use they usually trail a bit. Yeah, and Jupiter. Um like I say, I think it should be doable cuz I see it's theoretically above the roof line, although in practice, given where the telescope is, it might not be. Let's see if it and then it ends up kind of going near this corner of the house, which of this building house behind us that has it has like an overhang and a satellite dish, so it might not be till after 9 that it's high enough that we can easily image it. But thanks for reminding me because it did look quite bright. I mean it's always bright, but it looked bright, looked nice and bright. Whoa, what is going on? What the heck? Oh, that it looked really weird in the all sky camera. I'm seeing it's fuzzy. Unfortunately, I when I was reseating the cable, I ended up um, reseating the cable and I messed up the focus. I thought it was something else, but okay. Does this look okay? Maybe. Hard to say. It's worth a shot. I'm just gonna go ahead, go for it. I'll go to the Pleiades and just get started with that. I'll just do 20 minutes just to see how it's looking. And like before, I might stop it if it starts looking bad. Let's see. Yeah, it's when it's later, when it's up higher, that's probably good. Oh, and by the way, I always say this, a little plug. If you're, please don't forget to like the video. Maybe like it right now, because that does help the live streams to kind of nudge YouTube to let other people know that I've gone live. Yikes. Ice in the USB socket. That's rough. I saw somebody's video where like their Seestar had iced over a bit, but yeah, not quite that cold here. We'll see. I'm kind of curious how this is gonna look tonight. What else? Oh, and a minor point. Not that it matters drastically, but or not that it matters that much, but I'm probably going to be swapping out my desk in the next few days, or this table is going to be replaced with a desk, so I might be sitting in a chair instead of, but we'll see. But it'll change a little bit, but probably nothing too drastic. The good news is it'll be easier for me to sit for an extended period of time, and I might actually have more room, depending on how I end up setting it up. I might actually be able to get the instead of right now where I have a small monitor and my laptop, I might actually be able to have my normal monitor, which is nothing outrageous, but it's a little bit bigger. This is like a 10-year-old monitor, but I can use the main one and maybe not have this in the way. So have you restarted Alp? I know I always ask that because Alp has some issues that I need to fix with reconnecting. It was working at one point, but I think somewhere along the line well, not I think, at some point somewhere along the line something changed and broke it. So let's see. So one thing I did, I had picked a few targets that I had imaged recently, and I went ahead and stacked them ahead of time because I wanted to drizzle at least one or two of them, and that takes a lot of time. So I went ahead and did that beforehand, just because I stack it by script, so it's nothing like really significant to miss. Yeah, so I ended up, there were a few targets. One of them I don't think I'll get to tonight, but kind of a variety of targets. One of them was that double quasar, which was kind of a special, kind of an unusual thing. I actually did that one drizzled to try to see if I can have more definition or more, not separate the two quasars, but make it more clear that there's two there, if that makes sense. I also did that supernova, restack that with more data, and a couple of nebula clusters, one the Phantom of the Opera cluster and the other the Christmas tree cluster slash what's it called, the Cone Nebula. So we'll go ahead and process those as we proceed over the evening. Yeah, I had a live stream. Like there had been quite a few good reasonable days, and now we're kind of in the middle of a kind of a bad stretch of weather. But the good news is I had noticed it might actually be clear on Wednesday. Wednesday's actually looking pretty good. So and actually Monday might be good. So I might actually be able to do a proper live stream with both, live observing stream with both telescopes on Monday. So we'll see. But otherwise you can see it's been like over the weekend, it's going to be bad. And it's actually kind of surprising that it's as clear as it is, but that might change. So I see some clouds rolling in on the all sky camera. So this might not last long, or I should say this might not last long. We'll see. Let's see. I'm going to make a note about updating I have like so many things. Okay. Update Alp to add network diagnostics, because this is like a recurring thing where, I mean, there's not always great visibility into the network or what the Seestar is doing. And actually, there was another thing. The Seestar actually, I guess, has a Bluetooth beacon or something. I need to look at that too. Trying to think of what could be happening. Now, in your configuration, do you have the Seestar? Do you have it configured by hostname or IP address? That might be something you might want to do. I mean, because that's what I've done. I have a fixed IP address for my Seestars, where I went into the router and said, assign an IP, and then I have it just configured by IP in the Seestar config. Actually, yeah, so I know I've mentioned it before. I have another channel that, yeah, that's so weird. Oh, hello, Turf. How's it going? Thanks for joining. And like I said, I've several people liked the video. Thank you. But if you haven't, please do, because it does help. Like I say, send a signal to YouTube. Because last week, I actually it sometimes it's day of the week. It varies by day of the week, but last live stream was actually pretty decent as far as the amount of traffic, people who viewed it. So that was, and I do think it is connected to some of the likes early in the stream. So getting back to, I have this other, well, I have a couple of channels that I've never done anything with, because it doesn't take anything to just create another channel. And I had created one that I said I was going to use for like retro tech, but also maybe live coding or whatever. And I'll probably do a live stream on Sunday on that channel. I might, because there's some coding I wanted to do related to this, but it's kind of more coding than astronomy related. So anyway, yeah, see, like if I go into here and I go into guest mode, okay, I only have the Seestar, but if I go ahead and start up the app, Yeah, it should actually show, or did it take control? Yeah. So the screen popped up over here. So it did, so you should be able to see both. I mean, both of them should show up on that screen. Well, I wonder if it's not. I mean, it always has its own uh the Seestar itself always has its Wi-Fi. It's what do you call it? The access point that it advertises, or the SSID that it advertises, that always is there, even if you're in station mode. Um, yeah, you shouldn't have it when you're that close. Um, but it always has that. It always will show that um, host, or it'll always show that network. But it should also be connected. And given that if you have your iPad connected to your Wi-Fi, not to the Seestar, then it should then Alp should be able to see it as well. Like there's no reason why it shouldn't. Hello, Cellulated. How's it going? Thanks for joining. Actually, I want to check something on this. Since I have this version, let me actually switch to, let's see if we can switch that. Oh, that's good. Buggy internet's always rough. Hopefully I don't have an internet issues today. So what I was going to do is switch to which view was I going to switch to? Let's see. I'll switch to this. Okay, cool. So bear with me while I bring up the app. Let's see. Huh. Oh, that's why. Let's see. It wouldn't. There we go. All right. So this is in guest mode because Alp is connected, and I wanted to just see if this had updated. And why won't it exit? Weird. Hello, Michael Evans. How's it going? Thanks for joining. Let me. Oh, that's interesting. But it doesn't let me. When you have it in guest mode, is it captive? I mean, does it not let you? Does it not let you exit out of view mode? That's so weird. Like it doesn't let me do anything. Oh, So I'm going to try something here. Maybe I will update my firmware. So let's go. Let's do that. Let's see how that goes. Live updating of firmware. Yeah, okay. I thought at least it would let you kind of exit, but didn't know. Um oh, that's annoying. Couldn't even chat on Steam. If iPod on network won't connect to Seestar. So does the iPad have to be connected directly to the Seestar? Imaging horse head with diffraction spike. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's good. I know we've gone through a bunch of iterations of Wi-Fi here at the house. Um, so I am going to release control from Alp. Okay. And so now follow the guest mode to explore the universe. So let me control. Now, one thing I was curious is if this had updated itself. Oh no, that's right. I turned off updating. So let me go ahead and let me go back to this. And I'm gonna actually no. I'm gonna give back control temporarily. And so you can see Athena, it can see my laptop, which is named Athena. So I release control, and now I can gain control. That's a good point. That's a good point. Um, I forget. I think I did change mine to 2 gigahertz. I think I ended up changing mine because I was having flakiness issues at 5 gigahertz, I think. Yeah. Tired. So if it switches, then that means that's probably maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe maybe you have to redo station mode. I know it's been finicky for me, or it was finicky for me, and I had to redo it more than once. Interesting. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe the station mode is flaky on your Seestar. Um, okay, so I am going to stop this and actually what I'm going to do is no, I'll do this. Let me go to the schedule and I'm going to stop the schedule. Oh, interesting. What? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's stop this. Stop the imaging session. Yeah. Yeah. Is it cloudy by you? I mean, it's been like you can see on the all sky camera. Do I have it up? No, I don't have it up right now. But the all sky camera, it's kind of been cloudy and clear. I mean, it's been kind of varying. It was cloudy, then it cleared up, then it got cloudy again. And you can see, I mean, it's clear enough where I'm able to see something. Okay. So let's see. We've got so what I was going to do is I'm going to quit this and I'm going to do something I might regret, but we'll see. App Store. I'm going to go ahead and update the Seestar app, and then I'm going to have it update the firmware. Just because. And actually, let me relinquish control over here. Guest mode. Release control. Let me switch back to the other view. For now. There we go. So I released control, and now I'm updating the Seestar app. Yeah, a new version came out yesterday. And so we'll see. We'll see what that happens with that. Oh, nice. Pac-Man. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm going to, I will try to image Jupiter, maybe, assuming it stays clear. Yeah. Can you see now? I had it like, I can't show the Seestar app on this other device I have here, and show the camera at the same time. It ends up doing some weird transparency thing. Okay, it's still downloading. It's taking its time. How big is this? Oh, and almost a gigabyte. It added S30 tutorials. Fixed known bugs. We shall see how it's doing in the bug category. And yeah. Did you have to like redo station mode? Because that because I know I've there was a time where I had to redo station mode a few times on my Seestar and until it kind of stuck, as it were. And as far as bugs, I don't know if I'm guessing one of the bugs is one I did know about. The horizontal calibration was kind of broken in a way. It was causing some issues for a lot of people, and it basically made it really hard to do equatorial mode. And so, yeah, so that was definitely an issue. Okay. I mean, when I did a native mosaic the other day, the problem was I had some objects that were nebulas and then some star clusters, and it showed up as an unknown object, so it didn't have the filter on by default. I had to turn it on. Yeah, you don't use equatorial mode anymore, or the horizontal calibration? Okay. So I'm going to switch back. And here goes nothing. I'm going to switch back to, oops, did not mean to do that. Let's switch back to, oh, and I always forget to do this. Forgot to have my compulsory galaxy in the background. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there was definitely an issue with that firmware where just equatorial mode was problematic. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I caught it once where I noticed it hadn't turned on the filter. So, Oh, interesting. Oh, is the music not playing? Oopsie. Thank you. Yeah. The problem is I have this I added a couple of new things. I added the galaxy background, kind of tweaked the layout. That was fine. And then I added the music, and I had like this macro where I pushed a button to kind of switch from the intro to the actual the start the show, start the stream, as it were. And I haven't updated it to turn on the other stuff, so thank you for mentioning that. Okay. Huh. Black Sabbath. I'm not doing Black Sabbath. Well, plus, I think I'd have a problem with copyright too, because like this music is like stream safe music. So, yes, you're correct. But because if you see this, the all sky camera, it was completely cloudy before the stream started, and I had put the all sky camera out and it was having issues, so I shut it down, and I had gone outside to like bring it back in, and I noticed it had completely cleared, and I thought, well, let me try to get at least one telescope out there. And so yeah, because like the equatorial one would be a little bit harder. I'd have to kind of adjust it, probably, like the alignment usually isn't right the first time, and at that point I was about ready to go live anyway. So, but Monday it should be clear, and so I should be all set up with everything. So it was just kind of a last minute thing. Yeah, more clouds, but we'll see how long they last. But in the meantime, let me switch to, I was going to switch to this view, and I was going to bring up the Seestar app. Okay. You are a guest. I'm a guest? That's weird. That's interesting. It came up as a guest, even though the Raspberry Pi is not connected. So I'm going to say control. And it should, I would think it would prompt me saying, oh, yep, there it is. Oh, that's interesting. It was in preview mode. And even though it was the new app, and I had taken control in preview, it wasn't until I exited back to the home screen that it said, now it says update the firmware now to experience the latest firmware. It says now, but does it let me do anything else? No. So why do they even... So we'll see how well this works. Updating firmware live. Clear skies this week. Posted. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to check that out. Yeah. I like that idea, but sadly no. Sadly no. And I keep mentioning this, but if you haven't liked the video, please like the video. It does help a lot. There's 14 people watching and only 6 likes. You claim control on Alp. iPad not connected. Won't do startup sequence. Now, does it say anything, or does it just not move? Yeah, I mean, I've been able to switch back and forth, but you have to be careful. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's I like oh, so okay. Installing. It may take several minutes. Please do not leave this page. Danger. Let me see if it still has the weird alpha keying issue. Let me try switching back. It actually looks somewhat okay. It looks somewhat okay. So that's good. I could actually go possibly so we can just watch the galaxy. The random purple galaxy, which is totally a normal color for stars. Okay. Hopefully not. What's at top out? Oh, you're saying that the telescope is? Oh, that did happen to me when I was installing the firmware, and yeah, hopefully hopefully no neighbors are what do you call it, out in their backyard hearing this thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hopefully no neighbors are outside hearing. Actually, yeah, I was thinking my daughter might actually hear it because she has like the screen door open. Yeah, exactly. That's interesting. That's really weird. That it's starting slow. I mean, yeah, mine's always pretty fast. Or yeah. Oh, that's fine. Well, I mean, one thing I do sometimes is I just pick the open arm, and then once it's opened, I'll go into live view, especially if it might be pointing at something, like if it's pointing at a tree, like the autofocus won't work. Oh, hello Seiko. How's it going? Thanks for joining. Okay, so I am updating to the latest Seestar firmware on the one Seestar I have out tonight because of, as you can see, clouds. And I definitely can't leave the telescope out overnight because it's supposed to rain either overnight or first thing in the morning. So, but the good news is Monday should be good. So, back to 2 telescopes on Monday. Oh! Okay, so it update succeeded. You know what's funny? Did it? I think while it was rebooting, let me bring it back on screen. While it was rebooting, since Alp was running, it grabbed control. So let me switch back to this other view, and there we go. So I'm gonna release control from Alp. So now I can take control over here, and it should be shiny new firmware. So one of the things I know this had was kind of the noise reduction, and maybe I'll look at that. But first I want to try, maybe I'll try imaging something real quick. Although it looks kind of iffy. Let me switch back to the camera while I figure out what I'm doing with this. All right. I'm gonna set this aside. Actually, what I want to do is release control and try to give it back to Alp. Okay. All right. Yeah, this week was kind of fun. It was my birthday earlier in the week, and I threw out my back. Well, not completely threw it out, but like the very next day. And I was thinking as if to tell me, like, you're getting old. Okay, so let's go back to, oh, because it rebooted, I'm just going to go into commands, and I'm going to do what I was describing earlier, and I'm going to unpark it. Yeah, it's full of stars, exactly. Yeah. That would be funny. A Roomba and you getting it. That's cool. What's going on? Okay. Huh. This is interesting. It took a really long time to come up, and I'm not sure why. So the signal is good. So let's go to commands. Okay, that came up. Wait, what? Did I? Oh, because wait a second. Let me look at the all sky camera. I'm confused. Oh, okay. I guess I did something that no, it's parked. Why does it still have that status? Anyway, let me go raise arm. I'm not going to do these other things because it's cloudy. I mean, because there's clouds rolling through and it might not be happy. So, oh, that's cool. Oh, that sucks. Clear skies, but then have to work. Starting dirt beach. That's funny. Oh, that's interesting. I'll take a look at that in a moment. Let me go look at live view. I want to, and it's funny because it keeps, wait. I am very confused. Why does it I'm very confused that it's like, did Alp not realize? I think Alp didn't realize it got the computer rebooted out from underneath it. So, unfortunately, we've got a lot of clouds going through right now. A lot of clouds, folks. I wonder if they're going to clear. Okay. Hi, friend Francisco. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I mean, I do live streams, observing live streams a few times. I mean, it depends on the weather, but I try to do, if the weather's agreeable, I try to do at least 1 or 2 a week. The weather's not completely agreeable tonight, but it should be on Monday. So if you might want to come, I mean, you may want to check it out on Monday, especially once the weather's clear. So like and subscribe does help, and keep an eye out for the stream on Monday. These clouds have been on and off, which is kind of frustrating. Oh, hey, nice. Well, hopefully it your skies keep clear. Astrology, generally, my experience is people they're kind of generally, I don't want to make blanket statements, but generally not necessarily. At least definitely not in the scientific community. But, you know, it, yeah, we won't get into, I had a number of friends in college who would read horoscopes and stuff, and I may or may not have read them sometimes too, but that's a story for another day. That's a story for another day. Yeah, that sucks. It was clear and then not clear. Yeah, yikes. Oh, really? So is this with the latest firmware? Were you having better luck before? Yeah, no worries. No worries. No worries. Yeah, exactly. And years ago, speaking of amateur, it was something it was what was it? It was what was it? Sorry, yeah, like it was some I don't remember what it was. It was maybe it was some prominent amateur, and he was amateur astronomer, and he was talking about the word amateur, where it could mean, you know, sometimes it has a connotation that maybe you're less than professional about it, or it could just mean you don't do it for pay. But then another one way it's defined is you do it for enjoyment. And so I kind of like I like that you it's like we do it for enjoyment. Just like people who could be professional astronomers might do it just for fun anyway, you know, when they're not working. What was it? Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. It was the origin of amateur is amare, which is Latin for to love. So you're doing it for the love of the whatever you're interested in. So I like that. Okay, that's unfortunate. I mean, I'm kind of curious if it is a fluke or not. Hopefully it is just a fluke, because I'd kind of been enjoying the native mosaic mode, and yeah, and so if they ended up messing it up in the process of fixing that other issue, that would be annoying. Yeah, exactly. It's all downhill from the James Webb. Okay. Okay. I'm an amateur, not a fighter. Denoise came over. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't used the new denoise. I mean, I just updated the firmware, so I'm gonna try it out here in a little bit. I'm just hoping for at least some parting of the clouds. I'm looking at the all sky camera and then kind of what's on the screen here, and it's not super promising. It's what I may end up... What in the world? Oh. Oh, I forgot. I still have... I hadn't turned off the app, so we're having this weird transparency thing. Well, that's good. At least Jupiter is... Although it's probably not something you can image. And that does bring up an interesting quandary. Since I rebooted it, it's not aligned. Because if it was aligned, I could actually try to point it at Jupiter, and it might be able to get a lock on it through the clouds, but we'll have to see. I may just have to leave this kind of in live view and hope that it'll clear enough where I can recalibrate. If not, I'm going to go ahead and preview the noise reduction, because I haven't actually had a chance to look at it. Maybe I'll look at that first. Let's do that. So what I'm going to do is I have to switch back to this other view. Like that. And now I can go. Yeah, that was my plan. I do actually have images still on there. I cleaned a lot off of it, but I did keep some recent stuff just for this possibility. Okay, so we've got I gave up, I released control on Alps, and I can take control here. Unknown target. So I'm just going to exit. Yeah, that's annoying. That's annoying. Okay, so let's go to the main screen. Oh, so let's look at some of the new settings that I haven't seen yet. So it's the very latest firmware. That's all the normal stuff. Image watermark, focus, enhanced exposure, initialization, skip horizontal. Okay, skip autofocus, live view, skyless sync. Okay, that all looks the same. Is calibrate? Oh, this is the one. The hot pixel. Hot pixel. Yeah, a version came out yesterday, basically. Turn off watermark. Let me try that. I mean, I know what it does, but I'll turn it off. So, calibrate hot pixel correction. I wonder if I should do it. I should do it on this one, because this one has kind of it has more hot pixels than the other one. It says according to the exposure, the automatic shooting takes 5 times. Calculate no hot pixel and writes it into the Seestar. Sure, I'll do that. Yeah. Yeah, I think the dew point's okay, so I haven't turned mine on yet. Okay, well, that's something. I'm looking at, speaking of blobs, I'm looking at my all-sky camera, and it's not looking great. Okay, so that did that. I wonder if I can... Let me see. That's cool. Let me see if I can bring... let's see. Will this work if I hide this? If I should. I wonder if this... Just trying to see if this is... kind of looks okay. I just want to make sure it's not leaking through. Yeah, that looks okay on the screen. Let's see. Maybe you need like a hair dryer or something on your Seestar to get rid of the ice. Yeah, I mean, I need to work more on the mosaic. Maybe I was having, I don't know for sure, but it seems like the mosaic was having a hard time when it was high in the sky, and it also seemed to have an issue when there was a lot of field rotation. Yeah, I could see that. That's funny. It's like I'm looking at something that's right behind you, Cosmic Ray. Oh, that's interesting. That makes sense, because then it kind of corrects for it. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. So let's see what we got here. So I'm going to go into image processing, my album, and maybe I'll try this one I just shot today. How do you, oh, do I have to go to the Seestar? Yeah. Yeah, I could see it. I could see that. That's an interesting idea. Yeah, autofocus with clouds, yeah. Okay, so let's see. So what does this have? This is AID noise. Takes about 15 seconds. Yeah. Yeah. I figured that out when I realized, wait, I don't see anything different here. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so this is what it did. Is this show the old one? Okay, so this is what the old one looked like. Now, to be fair, this weirdness on the original was because there were clouds starting to go through, and it was stacking them anyway, so I might have to use a different image. It did smooth it out quite a bit. So I think I'll leave that for now. But let's see one where this one was from the other day, or like a couple weeks ago, I should say. So let's go ahead and try that and see what this does. Yeah, it's they're getting all fancy. Okay. Yeah, I know. It's because it's cloudy. It's cloudy. And yeah, let me see. Okay, so that's the original. And it had some pretty bad gradients on it. And this doesn't look too bad. Ooh, that looks terrible. So if I bring it down, kind of blackens out that's too dark. Let's see. Contrast. Yeah, see, I think on mine, on this particular image, I mean, I do have pretty challenging skies, so I'm not sure if I'd go as far as 20. I mean, it does give really nice black skies, but I'd probably do it a little lighter just to, because there is nebulosity here, and it's crushing it otherwise. If I go to 20, it's crushing a lot of the nebulosity. Like you only see a bit of it and a bit here, so I'm going to do it a little lower just to start with. And saturation, just tweak it a little bit. It's not too bad. I mean, to be honest, the original had problems, so I could deal with that. I mean, it did clean it up quite a bit. Yeah, a massive amount. Denoise. That would be fun. Yeah, denoise. I need to bring up I should have a horse head on here. Okay, Discord. Seiko wants me to go to Discord. Oh, but before, Seiko wants me to go to Discord. But first, I see Turf posted another photo of Saturn. This is really impressive. Let me find that. Oh, what did I do with it? Sorry, I'm having issues here. That's a really neat that's a nice photo. Saturn. Okay, so let me, Seiko wanted me to look at something on Discord. Oh. We're on Discord? Where did you send it in Discord? Sorry, Oh. Oh. Right. Here you go. Now we have a second Seestar. Actually, let me pop this out so we can watch. How do I pop out the video? Here we go. Here we go. There we go. So thanks to Seiko, we have a live view of the sun. Yeah, histogram would be cool. Astrocrayons. Yeah. So let me go back to the original. Let's see if that works. Let me try to move this to the side so I'm not interfering with our view of the sun. Yeah, so original compared to the original, I mean, this is like massive difference. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was a C8. Yeah, not out of a Seestar. Seestar doesn't have that kind of reach. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm not going to go too crazy with it, but I think for now. Now, how do you save it? Does this save it? No. Okay, download. That answered that question. Download? Oh, okay. Image save. That's strange. Yeah, that's a strange nomenclature. Oh, weird. I'll go with that. Beetlejuice on Discord? Yeah. Okay. add some brightness. Okay, let me see that. But see, the problem is I've got my like I can't add much because maybe a little bit because I've got such issues with, like, see, it starts bringing in some noise. So it's like I almost can't, because I mean the what it's working with is pretty bad. So, oh hey, zoomed in view of the sun. Again, this could be very confusing for somebody joining the stream now, seeing a telescope with clouds at night and then viewing the sun and then some stars. I could see it really confusing some people. And don't forget to, I know I keep saying that, don't forget to like if you haven't liked the video already. Just bouncing around. Welcome to Tatooine. Yeah. See, even like 3 or 4 was almost too much. Because like 2 was okay, but 4? See, I don't like how it's bringing in back some of the noise and the gradient up the middle. So I'm just going to leave it maybe at 3. I'll leave it there for now. Yeah. Thanks, Seiko, for sharing that. Although, did you stop it, or is it thinking? Yeah, that's true. I could have some coding. I could have multiple telescopes and like multiple keyboards and yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna move this off screen for now. And then once it recovers. Oh, are there tourists there? Put a lol comment that here. No mistakes. Yeah. Oh, interesting. I'll have to check that out. Oh, and I did mention, so Seiko was sharing that on the Discord server, so I haven't plugged the Discord server all stream, so I'll do that now. It's a place to share photos and live observing and other things. Let's try the horse head. That was a suggestion. Let's try the horse head. So let me see what other ones might be good. I'm going to try this mosaic of M42, and then I'm going to try the horse head. Okay, so this is using the native mosaic. Yeah, don't cook your scope. Exactly. Oh, it's back. Well, briefly. I think. I'm getting spinner a bit. Or are you scrolling around? We can view the sun again. Oh, so this looks pretty decent actually. This cleaned it up pretty well. Just by default. Like, so it got rid of the green, got rid of the gradient. Not too bad, actually. Yeah, it's much, much better. I'm actually pretty pleased with that. And yeah, we can see the sun again. Thanks, Seiko. Yeah, yeah. I've seen people where they've wrapped their Seestars for solar observing. So let's see what else, if this does anything. I'm not sure I want to do that. But let's look at contrast maybe a little bit. I'll have to look at it overall. Saturation just a little bit, just a touch. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. And let's tweak the contrast just a little bit. Yeah. Now, let me check the brightness, because that seems to be the thing that... See, the thing is, when I increase the brightness, it's bringing out some of the background, and I'm not necessarily wanting too much background, so maybe just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to like overcook it, but like that's a big improvement, I think. Definitely a lot more presentable, I feel. I mean, and I have particularly bad skies, particularly pathological. I mean, like Bortle 9, tons of noise, tons of light pollution, haze. This one wasn't, this was just imaged earlier this week, so there wasn't any moon to deal with, but sometimes I'm dealing with the moon. I think I'm just going to go with that. And I am now going to go look at, I want to look at the worst set. This one went wrong. So let's go. Video decoder mode? Login page in right corner. Are you talking about in this page? Or which page? Oh, the gear. Oh, video decoder mode. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Video decoder mode. Huh. Well, that's interesting. All right, so let's go look at this. Oh, no, sorry. I meant to go look at the Seestar version of it. Yeah. I mean, I'm from right to left. Yeah, I mean, there's only so much I can do, I think. Well, I'm trying to, I mean, I'm just trying to, so like this example, like it's got all this noise here. There's a ton of noise kind of on the nebula itself. So let me see what this does right off the bat. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. I've never done the video encoder, so. By the way, I know I keep plugging it, but if you haven't liked the video, now's a great time to like it. Oh, that cleaned that up a lot. Now, I'm not sure about what it did to the corner there. I mean, given what it had to work with, I guess it was okay. It smoothed it quite a bit. I mean, in a good way. Like massively smoothed it. Yeah, no, that's good. Let me zoom in here a little bit. And let me do what Chris said, starting from right to left. Let me just start with a little bit of saturation. Okay, let's see what it looks like by default. Sometimes I just kind of go really far just to see It's not actually doing that much. I guess because the colors are kind of muted. Crayon mode. Okay, no crayon mode. My eyes, my eyes. Okay, 10. That seems subtle. Yeah, I'll go with that. Contrast maybe a little bit. I don't like how it got it. I mean, that's always the problem I have with like see, the problem I always have with like there should be plenty of nebulosity here. And if I do too much contrast, it kind of crushes some of it. And so that's why I'm kind of like taking a light hand to it. Yeah, see, I'm not sure about the brightness, but no, that made it a lot more presentable. And it did weird things in the corner there, but it had huge artifacts there anyway, so I can't really fault that. Cleaned up all the noise. No, that's good. I'm happy with that. Cool. Oh, shoot. I have the night mode thing on. Hold on. Starts doing a yellowish cast, which luckily it doesn't. It's not a lot of things that are doing the yellowish cast, but okay. Cool. For potato phones, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's... Yeah. Star tightening would be cool. I agree, that would be cool. That would be funny. Cosmic Ray, I know, has an iPad. Was talking about it earlier. Cool. Yeah, so let me see. Is there any other images I want to check out from here? I'll do one last one, and then I'm going to go maybe do some other development. Now, should I do... There's a few different things. I could do the Sculptor Galaxy. I'll do the Sculptor Galaxy. I was briefly thinking about the Crab Nebula, but I think I'll do this. See what this comes up with. It's just a single frame, so it shouldn't take too long. 15 seconds. And then, like I say, after this is done, man, those clouds are not clearing. Okay. Let's zoom in a bit on the... Okay. I mean, there's only so much detail that it can do, or that it can... I don't know if I'm going to do much with this one, because... Yeah, I'm not going to do much with this since it's just a galaxy. Yeah. Yeah. But see, then it brings back... I mean, the problem is I have just massive gradients, and this wasn't a mosaic, so they're not smoothed out, so I'm not even going to bother with this one. Maybe I'll go look at the crab. Nah. Yeah, I'm kind of curious what it does to the Crab Nebula. So let's try to clear that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they could do some more processing. They definitely could. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, native EQ. I mean, they could do some processing like the star tightening. They could do dither, but that might be too CPU and space intensive. That actually didn't look too bad. Like, look at that before and after. That looks a lot better. Let's see, saturation. I'll just do a little, I'll do it a little bit more aggressively. Let me zoom out. Now, see, the saturation is making the stars look a little too red. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. I mean, I could fiddle around with it more, but it's not too bad. No, it's not bad at all. Now, the problem is some of these other targets are... I didn't get... Actually, I wonder if it does anything with this. Might be ambitious, because it's such a faint target. And I ended up getting more data, but over multiple nights. That would be another thing they could potentially do, is stack together multiple nights. Oh, that's not too bad. I mean, it did clean it up quite a bit. I'm not sure about the too much contrast. No. Yeah, I'm not gonna push this too much. Like I say, I don't have really. I took this over several nights, which actually brings me to. I should. Let me set this to the side. Yeah, my back's still a little sore from throwing it out the other day. Yeah, I mean, I was a little concerned here in Houston because I was testing it. I was doing some stuff over the summer, and it was pretty warm here. It was yeah, it was probably like 40 degrees Celsius, like a bit over 100 degrees in the shade, and then of course the telescope was in the sun, so it was baking. Yeah, exactly. Actually, I like that. AR goggles, that would be cool. Yeah, no, it's yeah, Arizona. I think yeah, I don't want to say you win, but that's pretty brutal there. Yeah. Sense of cold, yeah. Like, can we just even it out, you know? Not to bring up a contentious subject, but I remember this group, what was it, Minnesotans for Global Warming? I thought that was pretty funny. It was yeah. As someone who used to live in that part of the world, I could see that being something where it's like, yeah, a little warmer in the winter would be fine. Man, there are just so many clouds. Like, it is, I do not think I will be doing any observing tonight, but that's okay. It's funny because when the browser is kind of, yeah, so look at how clouded it is. And even though this is out of focus, you can tell on the thermal camera, it's pretty much not happening. I mean, it was in the 60s in my house inside because we had the windows open. It was like in the 40s outside, and it's like, beautiful weather. So open the windows. So what I wanted to do, since observing is going to be a bust, I'm going to do what I originally planned on doing, and I was going to look at some images from previous nights. Now, actually what I need to do is not cover up Seiko's sun. So I can now move this over here. Yeah, so we can at least get some, I take it back. we're not doing any live star. We're not. We're doing live star observing. We're observing a star, our star, and it's courtesy of Seiko. So I went ahead and grabbed a few different sets of data, and I stacked them already. So I should be able to kind of go through these pretty quickly. One of them was the Phantom of the Opera Nebula, and that was 226 frames. I probably need a lot more data. So yeah, I need a lot more data, but we'll see what we can get out of that. I also did the Phantom Frisbee Galaxy, which is where that quasar is. Now I drizzled that. So you can see the Phantom Frisbee, the stack is 25 meg. The Phantom Frisbee is 100 meg. So with the idea that I hope to be able to get some more detail from this quasar right here, which you can actually see in the stacked image. That has a lucky number of 666 frames. So that I'll mention it again. I'm thinking of doing. I should drop a link to it. Hold on a second. Let me find that. I have too many windows open here. See, that'll be another good thing. I'll probably redo my. So I'll do a live stream on Monday, and I might be able to redo my desk on Tuesday. I might. In which case, Wednesday might also be clear here. And if it is, and if I have a live stream, I'll be better situated with screens, hopefully. So let's check here. So what I was going to do is, where is it? Okay. Basically, I have another channel. I know it doesn't take it. I haven't done anything with it yet, but I might, key emphasis on might, do a live coding stream on that channel related to some remote telescope stuff, some ideas I have about that. And it's not going to be in Python, so not to disappoint anybody. So let me check something here. Okay, so the Phantom Frisbee will be processing that. And then I moved this over too far. I also got the Christmas tree cluster, which it was actually an accident. I imaged it twice on 2 different nights, and I actually forgot to turn on the light pollution filter one of the nights. And I think it's actually okay, because I believe this is a reflection nebula here. And then the other night, I did do the light pollution filter, and you can see kind of more of the red nebulosity. But then when I stacked them, I just decided, let me just stack all the subframes together into one shot. It actually brought through some of that kind of that whitish bluish nebulosity, but it also shows the red. So we'll see how that works. And then the dusty hand, which is where the supernova is, which is actually right there. But this is just the unstretched fit file being previewed, so I'm going to try processing that. So I'm not sure if I'll do all of these tonight, but I was planning at least doing 1 or 2 of them. So let me go. Actually, let me drink a sip of water first before I launch into this. Now, what do you think I should? Which do you think I should do first? Do you want to see the dual quasar? See if I can not separate it, but at least tell that there's 2 things there. Should I do the supernova? Should I do the Phantom of the Opera or the Christmas tree cluster? I don't think I have enough data for the Phantom of the Opera, but it would be interesting to see if I get something out of it. Maybe I'll try. Maybe I will try something else. Maybe I'll try. Which one will I try? The dusty hand. I have to make sure I get this so we aren't missing. Okay, so let's see. Dusty hand is the supernova. Maybe I'll try the Phantom of the Opera only because I have very low expectations on this one. And so I'm just going to load this up and see what I even have here. Because I haven't viewed this stretch in Siril yet. And see, there might not be enough data here. Yeah, there's not nearly enough data here. So that is a no. But I am intrigued by that target. Someone, I forget who, suggested that on one of the previous live streams, and I'm very intrigued by this one. I mean, it does kind of look like the Phantom of the Opera mask. And if I kind of squint at this, maybe not. Are these the eyes? I guess, maybe. Or anyway. But since that's kind of not nearly enough data, we'll skip that. So maybe I'll actually move on to one of the galaxies. I'll just do the dusty hand. I just want to see what I got here. Wow, that looks terrible. Yeah, that's true. That it does kind of look like that. Histogram. That's always the severe stretch. So, first things first. Let me bring up Graxpert. And this is not dithered. The only one not dithered. The only one I ended up drizzling was the quasar, the dusty hand. No, not dusty hand. This is the dusty hand. The phantom, not the Phantom Menace. The Phantom Frisbee? Phantom Frisbee. Okay. Phantom Frisbee. So let's go ahead and bring up Graxpert. Graxpert. And okay. All right. So let's load it. This is not the release candidate that I had been running. We are using the dusty hand. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I should probably redo this at some point drizzled just to get more detail. So I'm just going to massively crop this in. Need to drizzle it so I could get more resolution. That didn't turn, that's not too bad. And and so apply background extraction. Yeah, no, I mean, I have a decent amount of data with this. It was more about like, I want to reprocess it with drizzling. but that I didn't stack it with drizzling this, so I need to redo it. That quasar one, I'm definitely interested in seeing what that shows up. But I'll do the Christmas tree cone nebula next. After this one. Okay. It always looks a little off. Plus the stretch is a little bit higher, so we'll just save this. Like I say, this might be kind of meh, but we'll see. We'll see. Now I'm not sure if I want to do... I think I might just do the stretch in Siril rather than trying to... Whoa. That looks bad. Okay. So do I want to do... I'm just going to try histogram to see what it does. Why does that look so bad? Sometimes I end up doing manual stretches because sometimes it just... I think my data is just so junk. I probably need to process each frame, like calibrate each frame. I don't know, that might be overkill. I haven't tried it yet, honestly. Okay. That is... I don't know what is doing that. I mean, I have a theory about what's doing that. It's a specific bit of code that I actually have disabled in my local build. And I don't know if that's what's doing it. Is this even gonna... This looks kind of junky. I feel like this is going to be too time consuming. I'm going to bail on this just because I get impatient. I get too impatient, so I'm not sure how much longer I'll do this. Actually, if I want to just kind of push it without really any regard for quality, I go ahead and just do that and then pull that up. And that's the supernova there. Yeah, I'm not gonna do any more with this. I get impatient because it's so... I mean, you saw the stretch view. The data is just so noisy to begin with that I feel like sometimes it requires a lot more time to try to fix it. But you can definitely see the quasar. I mean, this is the quasar. I mean, not quasar, the supernova. So at least there's that. Yeah, I don't... like I say, I'm not sure. I have it. Sometimes it's slow. Man, no, generally not. The only time I have weird behavior is when it... but you've restarted yours, so I don't have that issue. Okay, that's good. Good. Horizontal calibration work. And is this with equatorial mode? Polar, since you did say polarish. So I'm gonna go back to... I'm not gonna do the dusty hand. I want to try the crisp. This one I might actually spend a little bit more time on, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Actually, what I need to do is just close this up, open Christmas tree. Why is it doing this? Am I, which? Oh, that's why I'm running. Is this the version I even want to be running? Yeah, well, we'll see. Maybe I do leave this open. Okay, nice. No, that's good. That's good. So the telescope I shoot in equatorial mode is running an old firmware, so I won't be testing that out. But I will be able to exercise the new firmware on Monday when it's clear again. What? What? That's weird. But it was non-mosaic. Unless they introduced another bug, which wouldn't be unheard of. It would be annoying, but it wouldn't be unheard of. Yeah. Let's do this one. I mean, it should prompt you if the app has control, it will prompt you. Although I did notice that if I had it in preview mode, like if it already was in preview mode and I brought the app up, it stayed in preview mode, but then as soon as I exited back to the home screen, it wanted me to update the firmware. I don't remember that ever happening before, where it actually didn't have me update the firmware until I went back to the home screen. Okay, so what we want to do is crop this. Now this was shot in equatorial mode, but the alignment may not have been 100% golden. I'm just going to crop it a little bit, because especially this really bad noise at the bottom. Okay, background extraction, go. Okay, yeah, that was, yeah, it was weird, because like I say, I had it in preview mode, brought the app up, and it's like, didn't ask me for the firmware, and so then I exit preview mode back to the home screen, and then it popped up. It's like kind of weird. Okay, so this is background. Let's denoise it. And now that it's denoising, or once it's denoised, I wonder if I'll go ahead and do the full process of doing the star separation and then trying to load it into Cosmic Clarity or SETI Astro Tools. I still need to get that Windows computer running, because I found out why the SETI Astro tool was so slow. It's because it's running a it's an Intel binary, and I think because it's a command line, it's not caching the translation from Intel to Apple Silicon, and so it ends up taking a really long time to start itself. And before I do that, let me double check that I have the right, that I have the right thing. Okay. All right. I had actually downloaded a later version, so I'm starting it up now. No clouds. Actually, it's all clouds right now. It's kind of hard to tell because the what do you call it? The all sky camera looks smooth, or the all sky the thermal camera looks like it might be clear, but it's It's cloudy. Let me go look at that. Yeah, it's it's full. Yeah, the only misleading thing is like the thermal camera isn't showing kind of like darker clouds or warmer clouds. But yeah, it's completely overcast. Yeah. Well, this is also the time of year where we get fog too. That happened a few days ago where it ended up foggy. I brought the telescopes in and they were almost like it was still clear, but the fog was starting to show up and or was starting to happen, and the telescope was like almost slightly damp, just very slightly. And I was like, great, good thing I brought it in when I did. So I am going to save this, and then what we're going to do... Whoa. What we're going to do... Oh, just in time, this just popped up. So what I want to do is load this back into... Load this in. I'm going to do the... Just the auto stretch looks horrible. So let me go do star processing, star net removal, upsample, execute, and it's... Yeah, let's see, let's see. How are we doing here? Oh, cricket noise. Close stream. I guess it was time. Or maybe there were network gremlins again. So, dang it. This really does weird display glitches sometimes. Anyhow, so it's doing the star net star removal. How do you manually add coordinates in Seestar? In Seestar? I'm not 100% sure, honestly. Oh, the Seestar is hot to... You could fry an egg on your Seestar? Yeah, I've... Is there a way to define a custom object? I haven't... If there is, I haven't used the app since they added that. But I don't know. I've never... Okay, cool. So we have the stars separated. Fun. Well, at least it worked in a fashion. But thanks for joining, Cosmic Array. Have a good evening. Okay, so statistical stretch, load, and gotta go here and here and here and Christmas tree, subs, and I will do the starless one and preview. It has some weird artifacts. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, again, it's I feel like I just need to get so much more data. Okay, let's see. Normalize. Eesh. Not sure about normalizing there. down. I mean, maybe I go with it and then try to clean. I mean, the green will go away. Not thrilled about it, but the cone is pretty good. And this kind of I think it's a reflection nebula. Maybe it's not, but that was actually an accident. That was actually an accident because I did a bunch of data without the light pollution filter. I'm so conflicted about this. The reason is I feel like I'm not happy with that, but I see more detail. Or I think I see more detail with it. Maybe a little bit. Maybe, like I say, I'm not sure I'm thrilled with this, but I get impatient, so maybe I'll stick with this and then I'll clean up the green. And that's, like I say, I'm not thrilled with it, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. Fits. Give me fits. Okay, just do 16-bit. Let's see if this actually does okay. I'll just save this for, oops, cancel, save. Fits, save, okay. Fine, so let's recombine it. And oops. Star recomposition. Yes. That. Like I say, I'm not sure I'm thrilled with that, but we'll see what we can do with it. Did some artifacts. I'm not thrilled about that, but I should have probably, maybe if I had done a photometric color calibration before, it would have, okay, that got rid of some of that. And maybe if I do, so I'm going to save this as, what was it? Recomp D green, just for now. And then do, oops, do, stretch curves. All right, let's see if this does anything without totally butchering data. Okay. Okay. And don't tell me it. Okay. Oh, nice. It did mention something about them making some some exposure settings. Okay. So, Michael Evans, there's your answer for adding custom objects. I thought I had seen that there was such a thing, but oh yeah. Again, I'm not sure how I feel about this. Okay, that's good. That's good. Because that was one of the things that even I tried to make some of those changes in ALP, and I guess the firmware didn't support it. So that's something I might try out. Yeah, thanks, Seiko, for doing that or mentioning that. So let's see. Let me see what this looks like. I just feel like there's some weird artifacting there that I'm not sure what to do about. But then again, given this was the source material, even though it does, I feel like there's like artifacts like galore. It did bring out a lot of nebulosity that I didn't even know was there. That, for some reason, I'm not surprised by that. I don't know why. So let me see that they may have broken something. So they fixed all the known bugs and they added a few unknown bugs. Okay. Let me see. Let me look at yours, and then I can be sad about mine. I can hide mine in shame. It's loading. What I wanted to do is see, what I always often do is look up what I should be seeing. And then of course sometimes there'll be like a photo of from, you know, Hubble or something, and it's like I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Okay, this I feel like, okay, so part of my problem is I don't have red. I did kind of blow this out. There is definitely a lot of texture there that I got. Some of it. I maybe overdid some of the dark. Yeah, it's funny that somebody decided to do it in a green. This one I feel like is more. But let me see what Wiley site. Like I say, I'll hide mine in shame maybe. Yeah, I probably will hide mine in shade. Let me see. So, okay, mine looks totally cooked compared to yours. I don't know what I did to mine to make it. I do know I need to reprocess. I need to reprocess it, but I'm not doing it now. I did bring out a lot of detail, but it's definitely cooked. And that is in linear mode, shockingly. I don't know what. Maybe it was the stretch. Curves? Let's try that. Actually, what I could do, let me go open. Before I separated it, just after the Graxpert, and let's do. Interesting. So this literally was just histogram stretch. Still looks kind of cooked, overcooked. So I don't know. I mean, you do have over an hour of data, and I have like 20 minutes. No, not 20 minutes, like 45 minutes of data. So, yeah, I don't know. It's okay. I mean, the one thing that is interesting to me is the amount of texture in there, and that isn't like there's tons of artifacts here, but the texture interests me, so I'll have to try that again. But so let's go Phantom Frisbee. and see what we come up with that. I did remove the green noise, I think. Let me go back. Let me open, no, change, and go to Christmas tree subs. Just change to the directory here. So if yeah, it was degreened. Yeah, I'm going to redo this, but I'm going to do drizzling on it. And yeah, I think I'm going to. Yeah, I think I'm going to redo this with drizzle and maybe crop out a little bit more of the edge here. And plus this is one of the ones where after well, actually, let me not make things up. If I load the raw stack and I go to auto stretch, this is what I get. But then when I ran it through Graxpert and then do an auto stretch on the result, that's what I get. And so part of my issue, I have this with some images. The processing I do in Graxpert ends up messing up, I don't know, the distribution of data or something, to the point where, I mean, if I did a manual stretch, I probably could do a better job of fixing that, but the fact the auto stretch goes so wrong makes me wonder, maybe I need to not use Graxpert on this image for the noise reduction. I don't know. Yeah. I needed to do that. I need to do the drizzle, but I also need to do maybe I'll do that. Maybe I might just fiddle around one evening in Discord and with my screen shared, and people can heckle me while I'm trying to figure out how to make this better. But I like what you got here. But I definitely need to try drizzling it. So let's go to the Phantom Frisbee. Or no, the Dusty Hand. No, the Phantom Frisbee. These names, getting them all confused. Okay. So if I look at this, this is that quasar. Now I did drizzle this, so it should have a lot more detail. And that right there is the double quasar. And you can even kind of tell it's elongated because it's two separate objects. So yeah, so we'll see what we can do. Now I said, just after I said, I'm not sure what Graxpert's doing, I'm going to load it into Graxpert and see what it comes up with this time. And so, like, yeah, this looks reasonable. This doesn't look quite so cooked. So I don't get it. This is what it looked like denoised in Graxpert. Like, so I don't know what happens. I mean, I guess I see some hints of it, but I don't know. Let's go back to the Frisbee, the Phantom Frisbee, and let me go back to a more sane stretch here. And where is that thing? It's upside down, or where is it? Wait a second. Yeah. So it's down. So we'll see what this comes up with. Basically, the reason I'm looking at it like this is I'm trying to avoid overcropping it. I don't want to undercrop, but definitely need to get rid of a lot. Okay. So I'll bring it in quite a bit here. I think that'll be fine. And trying to get my bearings on this. And I'm failing. Oops. Whoa. Whoa. I think I might have overcropped. Let's reload this. Yeah, I should do that. When next time I process it, I'm gonna do that. Wait. Oh, okay. I see what I did there. Right. Sorry, I'm a little disoriented here. Okay. Okay, I see where it's supposed to be. So let's crop and crop. And let me fix this stretch because it's obnoxious. Apply crop, background extraction. And okay, wow, I'm gonna have to degreen that. All right. So I wonder if I should try denoising it just a little less. Maybe 0.7, because sometimes because my skies are so bad, I do full. And this has 666 frames, so that's a good sign. So after this is done, yeah. I'll bring it back into Siril. I'm not going to do the star separation since it's mostly stars. I mean, and the galaxy I'm not as focused on. I see a little bit of oops. I see a little bit of a slight break in the clouds. It's teasing. Okay. So after this is done denoising, I'll save it out, bring it back into Siril, and I might go ahead and stretch it in Siril. Well, I'll get rid of the green, stretch it in Siril. Or maybe since it's not stretched yet, maybe I do the photometric color calibration. We'll see. It's really thinking about it. It's speaking of warm things, the CPU temperature is 200 degrees Fahrenheit. It briefly touched 200. Yeah, 200 again. I don't actually hear the CPU fan spooling up this time, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does. And come on. I just remembered I updated the firmware and the telescope rebooted itself when it updated, and I forgot I had the dew shield on it. So that came off. Oops. Just remembered that little detail. Okay. It's a bit green, but that's not easy being green. Alright, save that. And then we'll bring it back into Siril here. Alright. And again, weird artifacts, but the good thing is, I'm based on past experience with this kind of target, it is okay. So what I'm gonna do is, just for good measure, I'm gonna plate solve it, since who knows what it thinks it is. And then I need to play around with the photometric, not the photometric, the spectrophotometric color calibration. I don't know if anybody else has played around with it. I haven't. I tried it once or twice, and I need to try it again. Okay. So linear. So I'm gonna save this as PCC. All right. And then I will try. Okay, first I'm going to just do the default histogram stretch just to see what the heck it does with it. And nope. So, I don't know why it does this sometimes. I mean, I am using the alpha version, so. Okay, so let's go do a general stretch. I'll do that until it's just totally messy. Just to try to bring it up here and then raise the black point. All right. And let's try, actually for this one, I did try that with the other one. Do I still have it running? Oh yeah, it's the obviously named exec. Okay, let's see. I did do the statistical stretch on this, but maybe what I needed to do is, yeah, it's still weird. The Phantom Frisbee, that name just still cracks me up. Okay, so let's see where. Okay, this is what I am going for. This thing here. Let's crank this up, see what it does. Eesh. Too much. See, I feel like this. Well, the problem is my background is just so noisy. Is it just me, or does this look like two stars really close to each other? Let's see, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna save this. What I end up doing usually with these is I'll try a few variations, different pipelines, different things to test out. Oops. Fits. Okay, save that. And then meanwhile, this is the other one I'm working on. What I wanted to do was, and I don't know why it made the background so blue. That might be ambitious to I wonder if I can fix that if I just crank this up, crank that up. This is terrible. I might go back to the other one. Yeah, this is the, just not at all happy with this. And part of my problem is I just get impatient. Okay. No. Anyway, reset close. Let me go look at the one from here. And let's see what we can do with this one. So this is the SETI Astro stretch. This is the area I'm going to zoom in on. Yeah, actually, maybe. Just trying to avoid clipping stuff, at least for now. Sometimes I'll clip deliberately after I'm not going for scientific accuracy here. Actually, I'm just curious what... Sorry about that. I'm trying to bring this out more. I mean, you can definitely see it's oblong. It's not a point. I know I'm like bouncing around here. I'm on a mission. mean, the other thing I possibly do is just totally cook it because of what I'm ultimately trying to do here, which is, again, it doesn't help that my skies are just crap. Okay. All right. More cropping, more cropping. Yeah. I mean, I've done this with some other quasars where I just kind of stretch the heck out of it. Trying to get the subject of interest. Oh, that's interesting. I'm doing the stuff they always say you shouldn't do with... Yeah, that's not... What they say you should always not do, which is do large movements or large changes at once. Just bringing up the background. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Although, just for grins, just for grin, bad stretch. Just for grins, I'm curious what it's going to do if I load it into... Yeah. Nah. I mean, this is, the data's horrible, so I don't think it's going to do anything sensible with this. Bad stretch. This is going to be horribly slow, I'm sure. Yeah, the all sky camera's back to completely overcast again. Yeah, I need to yeah. It is totally overcast. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. Some of these haven't really. So the supernova, I need to spend more time on the processing for that. For the Christmas tree and cone, I'm going to reprocess it with drizzling. And I need to look at the noise reduction step I'm doing. And maybe I need to change some things around, because that seems to be kind of doing weird things with the once I do this kind of star reduction, or I mean the star separation and stretching, it's getting some weird artifacts. And so I need to do that. I might what I sometimes end up doing is just manually stretching in GHS. For some of these targets where I end up with like particularly pathological kind of stretches, I find I can get something, it can be salvageable if I just do a totally manual stretch in GHS. And I think I might have to do that with some of these, because I'm starting to see all the kind of artifacts I usually see when I do the auto stretches on subjects that aren't really conducive to it. And so let me save this, and we will call it the Phantom Galaxy Crop. And what was it? It's cropped and sharpened. Not having problems with the words. And I'll store it as a fit file. Save it. Okay. So what I find interesting, what I think I saw, but we'll see. And again, that was a bad stretch. Okay, so here's what we had. The bad stretch. So this is where PixInsight, where you can look at things side by side. Okay, did crisp things up a bit. I need to massively reprocess this, but the one thing that is getting me a little bit optimistic about this is look at that. Those two star points are the same quasar, gravitationally lensed. And so it was with I guess there's enough data in there that with drizzling and some of the sharpening, it was able to split the two, which I wasn't sure it would be able to, because there are only 6. These two are like less than 10 arc seconds apart from each other, and the Seestar is like 2.5 pixels per arc second or something like that. No. Or 2.5 arc seconds per pixel. It's 2.5 arc seconds per pixel, I think. Yeah, 2.4 arc seconds per pixel. And so the two centers, I figured, were only 3 pixels apart from each other. Yeah, I mean, some of it's kind of hard to tell sometimes if is it real or is it an artifact. But I know in this case it should be real, because this is NGC 3079, and so I shot this equatorial, I think. So I shot it equatorially, and if we look, here's the quasar. And I need to go turn on the deep sky survey and see. Oh, okay. So look at this here. We've got kind of that, and then these. Gosh, dang it. Stellarium is not great on the Mac at times. So if you look at this, see these two, if you can, like, kind of this shape, and it goes up on the other side, and the two are one right above the other, and you can see one right above the other. So it tracks those. That is the quasar, a gravitationally lensed quasar with a $500 smart telescope. I mean, it's of no scientific interest, but it was more, can I actually split the, not quite split them, but tell that this is probably a double object, and just happening to know that that is the quasar. Okay, let me look at this. Okay, so where am I? Wait. What just happened? Okay. Where was it? Oh, M45. Yeah, sorry. So the M45 you posted. Okay. So you said 4 in a row at the very bottom? And this is with the Seestar sharpening. I mean, noise reduction and stuff, which... Oh, red? Are you talking about this thing down here? Let me... Oh, this thing. This thing you're talking about. This thing? Yeah. What is that? Is that... Is that real or an artifact? I could see it both ways, or both. So let's look at M45. I'm curious. By the way, I really like... So this is with the... what do you call it? This is... this was Chris with a K did this. With the noise reduction and the Seestar edits right out of the app. I think that's pretty good. How much data was that? I mean, you have much better skies than I do, but so let's look at M45. What? Oh, it's because I'm zoomed in so close. I was like right in the middle of the nebulosity. Okay, so okay. 6 hours. Wow. Or it ran for 6 hours. Okay, so this is the alignment. What is down there? So if I look at the framing, if I look at the framing of this, that's such a small little thing. I mean, could it be a processing? It's a weird processing artifact. Maybe it's a UFO. No, I'm joking. Dang it. Okay, there it is. Is it there? Which star was it near? Okay, So these two. Just trying to figure out, get my bearings here. Okay, so that. Oh, so it would be up here. Okay, so it would be down here. So this is, we're on like the same scale here. So it would be, so there is a double star or 2 stars here. And so it would be in there. So what's interesting is, so look at, oops, if I, wait, where was it? I do love these kind of detective things of looking at, wait, I lost, there it is again, of figuring out, or just looking at these at high zoom. So, okay, this star is this, this is this, that is that. There is a star there, just a single star. Why does it appear reddish there? Now this is with this survey. There are a few stars there, but they're faint and they're not in a row. So it looks like it could be, it's not purely a defect, an artifact, because there is a star there. It's this one, I think. It kind of matches up with it, right? This one and this one? Because I don't see anything else there, but let's see what that star looks like. I'm just bouncing between. Let me look at it in this, with this view. Okay. Yeah, it's not in a row, but there's definitely a star there. And why does it appear so red in yours? Ooh. Yeah, that, actually, I wonder if mine is blue. Black hole named after you. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Wait. Wait, what am I looking at? Wait. Okay. So this, I mean, it looks like an artifact, but I mean, it's an artifact, or somewhat of an artifact, but no, look, this pair here is this, that star is this, that is that, and this is this, and these two are these two, and then da-da-da. So this thing here appears to be something that's in here. I'm pretty sure, unless I'm like totally not. Wait. No. 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 I have my bearings wrong. So this star is this one. That one is that one. This one is this one. I swear this one is this one. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, like I say, it partly looks like an artifact, but the fact... I am more to the wrong spot. No, I think I am. I swear that. And now, yeah. So maybe I'm wrong, but I swear this is actually this star, but maybe the subs, there's something about it that it did something weird with it. Yeah, what Seiko said, post the fit. Maybe post the fit. I'm seeing other things in this catalog now. I'm getting distracted by it. This view. Yeah, this shape here is that, and that, and then that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this artifact coincides with this star. But the fact it's like tapering it off, it's like there's some kind of, maybe it's a stacking anomaly. What what I was getting it distracted by is seeing on Galaxy in this old plate. Am I just counting wrong? Wouldn't be the first time. Yeah, okay, Star Trail. Sorry about that. I used to be that way, but you know, it's one of the things oh. Uh, of course, the other thing that I always hate about this is when the rotation is just like a little off. Kind of makes it hard to match up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What did it? Well, black hole wouldn't look like that. Oh, interesting. Actually, let me go. Well, you know, sometimes the intelligent. I mean, that's always the problem. I've seen like a lot of the intelligent noise reduction where it ends up. Have you? Oh, okay, in live stream. Okay, so to recap, as we go on got on a tangent here. There's the artifact, but in the the raw image. Of course, now I'm having a hard time finding it. Come on. So where was that? Where is that artifact? Oh, what? Wait, let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to, I'm losing my bearings again here. Okay. It would, I guess I'm kind of intrigued from the point of view of if it's, well, that it's an artifact, it would be kind of good to understand what kind of things their noise reduction is doing. Oh. Oh, weird. So, yeah, that's interesting. So this, here is the artifact. Where was it? I just had it. The artifact unprocessed. Where was I? Oh, here. I think that's the artifact. Unprocessed. That's pretty, and actually, yeah, maybe. Yeah, space station would be cool. Actually, let me see. Do I have any M45 here? Now I'm curious. The last time I imaged this is, okay. I did. This is a totally unprocessed stack using the native, sorry, this is using their native mosaic. And where is your, come on. So your is mine even big enough field of view? Might not be. Okay. Yeah, mine's, I think, just ends just shy of it. Do I have any other ones? Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I don't have any other ones. Kind of curious if I got that area just to see what it looks like. Anyway. Yeah, that's interesting. Very interesting, but definitely an artifact. And the fact that artifact, is clearly like a line that shifts in colors, and it managed to turn it into like a stack of red, or a tapering stack, is kind of interesting. So yeah, actually that's something to keep an eye out for, is what kind of artifacts we get from the sharpening. No, it's dutifully trying to track because it shifted. Yeah, so that's interesting. That was a little bit of a, that was a journey. Not a journey, that was a little, no, that was interesting. And because I've seen people do comparisons of like different noise reduction software, and it would be interesting to try to see how the Seestar performs. I mean, it's definitely not going to be as good as standalone, but you know, is it good enough? Is it introducing artifacts? You know, is it doing weird things? Or is it, for the most part, reasonable, making reasonable choices? That would be an interesting comparison. Yeah. So what else? I think that was it. Like I say, I need to go back, and I did the processing. No, this isn't it. Yeah. So I had processed the dusty hand and kind of wasn't happy with it. So again, I feel like the Graxpert. So look at that. And then this is the auto stretch from the Fits previewer after running it through Graxpert. And I've seen this with some other things, and maybe it's just because I have terribly noisy data, not enough data, but it starts doing these weird model things. Maybe it's because I do too much noise reduction. I don't know. Maybe it's my gradients, but how many nights did I do? Maybe that's my problem. I did several nights of the dusty hand. Maybe I should just stick to one night and see how it pans out. Like, or one thing I've thought about doing is stacking each night, restacking each night, doing the gradient removal on each night, then stacking the results together so that everything's kind of more clean when I kind of stack the nights together, just because my gradients are so bad. So that one needs work. The Phantom of the Opera just didn't have enough data. Phantom Frisbee, reasonably happy with that. I wasn't looking for great levels of detail. It was more I was aiming for that gravitationally lensed quasar, trying to distinguish, trying to get enough. It wasn't a matter of enough data. It was more of a, is it even possible for me to distinguish with the Seestar that this might be two things? And I think the answer is yes, because like this zoomed in version here, let me burn everybody's eyes, sorry. But you can clearly, I mean, it looks like there's two objects, and it does line up with what the quasar actually, how those two components are actually aligned or oriented in the sky. And I keep saying two quasars. It's a single quasar that's gravitationally lensed. So that was the only thing I was trying to do with this, and that's why I drizzled it and kind of did some extra processing, hoping I could kind of pull make it more clear that they were two separate optical things. So that was successful for what I wanted to accomplish. And the Christmas tree cluster, again, I feel like the noise reduction did something weird. So like, this is the stack, the auto stretch stack from the Fitz viewer. And then after Graxpert, again, it's just an auto stretch, but this kind of modeling makes me think something went haywire. And so I think that's affecting everything downstream. So I need to try reprocessing it without Graxpert at the beginning or right after the stretch. So yeah, I feel like those are like, that's a recurring thing. But yeah, I think and plus I want to reprocess some of those with drizzle to try to get more detail. So the one I am looking at is, I mean, the quasars always go by different names, but it's this Q, at least that's one of its names. It's actually, let me look it up. It's the twin quasar. And it was, I think, the first gravitationally lensed quasar. It was this one. And let me look up this PGC one. Does it have that name? PGC. Yeah. 2518326. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I mean, it's 16.5 magnitude. It's kind of at the edge of what I can do. The orientation of the two, I mean, it's in the image where it should be. I checked by, well, you can't do that. So let me go, if I plate solve it, like if you look in the lower right here at the declination and right ascension, it corresponds with where those components should be. 10 hours, 1 minute, 21 seconds. Is that right? 10 hours, 1 minute, 21 seconds. 55, 53, 38, 55, 53, 53, 49. 53, 38. Yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, yeah, when I kind of plate solved it, it seemed like it was in the right place, the right object, and yeah, so that it's that one, the PGC. Yeah. Yeah, I was yeah, drizzle. Well, I did kick off the drizzle, like I think it ran for half an hour, but I ran it before the stream because I'm like, I'm not gonna run this drizzle during the stream. And early this afternoon I ended up I'm running it on an external SSD, and it had like 100 gig free on it, and so I cleared off a lot of stuff. I got it up to like a terabyte of free space because I'm like, if I'm drizzling some of this stuff, it's gonna eat up a lot of space. But yeah, and I it was, like I say, I'm pretty, I mean, the position checks out the I mean, it looks like two objects. I mean, I had low expectations about, well, I wasn't even sure if I could image, Like if it would just look like an elongated blob, or even if it just wouldn't even look like an elongated blob, like would it just be a point? Like is my seeing so bad that I wouldn't be able to kind of make it even look oblong? And I was almost certain that like the Seestar doesn't have enough angular resolution where I could like truly split it. But this is probably about as good as I would have even imagined I could have done. I knew it was like at the edge, at the ragged edge of what I could do, or what the Seestar could do. So it's good that I could, at least theoretically, or that my calculations weren't completely off, and that I wasn't like completely I don't want to say delusional, but like thinking I could do something that wasn't possible. It was, I was happy to see that I was able to distinguish it. Yeah. Half hour. Yeah, I mean, like I was doing drizzling on a relatively small, I mean, it was 666 frames? And was that the one that was 666? And also it's Seestar images, so it was like, you know, only 2 megapixel frames, so I wasn't like drizzling the 25 plus megapixel that you do. Well, no, the two that is the twin quasar. These two things are the twin quasar. Yeah, I mean it's A and B are the two. So they're like it's sometimes designated just Q0957 plus 561 and then the A and B component. So that's, I guess the top one's the A component and the bottom one's the B component. Where did I just go? Just lost it. Did I? I accidentally rotated. I accidentally rotated it. What did I just... Oh, I mirrored it even worse. That's why I completely like lost myself. I ended up mirroring it a couple of times in the X and Y directions until I just completely got lost. But yeah, so this thing is the A and the B. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta watch it with those lithium-ion batteries. They already, well, most of some of them don't catch on fire, but that could be nasty. Catch your telescope on fire. You know, what is that expression? The Seestar is fire or something? No, really, your Seestar's on fire. Oh, oops. Yeah. That would be unfortunate. But yeah, like I say, if you haven't joined the Discord server, has anybody joined? I haven't kept as good of a watch on the stream to Discord server today, but haven't. But yeah, if you haven't join the Discord server, and I'll be doing another live stream tentatively Monday evening, assuming all goes well. I had, yeah, assuming nothing chaotic happens. Let's see, Monday. Yeah, Monday looks pretty good. Now, unfortunately, of course, the moon will be blessing, what was it, blessing us with its presence in the sky. So, of course, that'll be kind of a drag, but it looks like I could actually do a proper live stream, and I'll do both telescope, assuming it is clear. I'll set up both telescopes. Maybe actually do some, well, I mean, the good thing is since the moon will be up, I can point the telescopes at the moon. Let's see what that looks like on the 9th. Let's go forward in time, shall we? And let's zoom way out. Way out. And actually, I need to turn off this because it ends up being too much, too computationally expensive. Okay, yeah, so the moon's just going to be obnoxiously like if I start the live stream at the normal, you know, the sun sets around 5:30 just in time for the moon to be visible. And then, yeah, the live stream, sometimes I start as early as 7. So it'll still be there, blasting down on the telescopes for probably an hour, maybe more. And actually, yeah, more like 2 hours. And then it'll still be above the horizon, but at least it'll be behind a building. But for like the first 2 hours, it's gonna be in the sky. So I'll probably be imaging stuff over here, trying to be far away from it. Maybe I can image Jupiter. Not quite at opposition, but it'll be close enough. So that should look good. That should be nice. But yeah, that'll be Monday. And like I say, tentatively, I might be doing a live programming stream. I'll mention it on the Discord server if I go ahead and do that on Sunday, I should say. I'll be doing a live stream, perhaps on my other channel, but I'll mention it in Discord. But other than that, I think I will leave it at that. I don't have anything else tonight. You can see the clouds are still there. And so, I mean, it looks like stuff is trying to peek through, but I don't think it will because it's supposed to rain in the morning. So, like early. But anyhow, well, unless anybody has something else, yeah, thanks for joining, Michael Evans, and oh yeah, pleasure. It's Friday night, and yeah, I'll probably be, after I bring my telescope in, I'll probably be on Discord for a little bit longer before I go to bed. I mean, I ran INR on like 3 or 4 targets, but I do want, I ran it on like Orion Nebula. Yeah, I ran it on like 4 or 5 targets, but then I was also wanting to do some photo processing, which I did, and a lot of it I was not happy with the results, so I'm gonna have to go reprocess that. Maybe that might be an interesting experiment for next time. I'm going to try loading some of the stacks I did onto the Seestar to see what it does with some of the stuff that got mangled. That might be an interesting test. I just have to make sure I name the files right, like you said, and but that might be a neat test. And yeah, but yeah. So thanks for joining, everybody, and I think I will leave it at that. And again, I need to make sure I have everything ready because half the time the stream doesn't end correctly since I made the additions. Which I'm happy with the additions. I just don't like that the things don't end quite right. But yeah, so deep staking. Yeah, we need to talk. We'll talk about it in Discord. Yeah, thanks Seiko for joining, and thanks everybody. Appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Good night. Of course it didn't work.